Obviously a lot of focus on the result, which is a hammer blow, but it all comes back to performance in the end. What did you make of the performance?
Well, two very different ones. The first half, superb, one of the best halves that we have played against a top team. Should have been 3 or 4 or more, I don't know. You don't put that scoreline and you don't reflect on that in the second half. We lack momentum. Didn't happen a lot of things, but we didn't have the flow that we had in the first half, and then we conceded 2 very, very poor goals.
So how did they take that momentum away from you?
Well, credit to them, because in the first half we had a lot. We were a bit imprecise with the ball. We didn't have enough sequences in the right areas to do what we did in the first half. We were struggling to regain the ball as well in the areas that we did in the first half, and that's it. And then we lost it, and you have to congratulate the opponent.
So if you look back at first half not being 3 or 4 ahead like you said you deserved.
For sure. And when you are at this level, you have to punish them. It's not like you're going to do that for 95 minutes against a top opponent. And we haven't done that. At least don't concede again the goals that we have.
Do you think it began to play on minds, the fact that you hadn't got the goals your performance warranted?
Well, I don't know. That's more a question for the players that are there, but that's always in football the case, you know. And then you have to be sometimes a bit more patient than we were in the second half to find our moments, and we're trying to do that as well with the changes. That's when we concede the goal.
I was going to ask you about the changes, particularly taking off Martin Odegaard, who was a big influence on the game first half. You're thinking?
Yeah, because he had a little issue. That's why.
Okay. How important now? You've talked about being emotionally stable. You said that in midweek when you were behind in the game. How important now is emotional stability? There's going to be a lot of noise, City at the top now. How do you cut through that?
But we cannot control that. What we can control is when you have the run that we had, and you win, 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 and you draw, and you win. Easy to be a leader, easy to stand up, easy to stand here, easy to be around with the flow. Is now. The moment is now. After this blow, how we react, we have the best opportunity to react on Wednesday night against Bayern Munich, and now the team has to show it, and now we have to make sure that we react in the way that that if you want to win, you have to expect to overcome the situations.
So is that for you as well? Big voices, leaders. Like you say, when you're winning and winning and winning, that's one thing.
It was going to happen at some stage. With the games that we have, it was going to happen. Now how we react to that, that's going to be the key.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time you blinked since New Year's Eve, really. Is there a danger it becomes bigger in the players' heads than it actually is? You start thinking about last year and what's happened in the past.
But what you can control is how you're going to feel now, the way you talk now, the way you react, and the way you look ahead of what is happening on Wednesday. And this is in our control.
It never feels good to be behind Man City. They've got obviously a great record of finishing things off. Is that another thing to shut out?
Yeah, but we cannot control that.
Still possible.
With the amount of games that you have won in a row in any other league in the world, you are 6 or 8 points clear. It's not the case now, and this is the challenge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As well played in a season filled with top-draw Aston Villa performances. That must be right at the top. How good a performance and how big a win is that, Ollie?
Yeah, I think it's massive to come away to Arsenal when they're playing such good football, controlling games, and to play like that just shows where we've come. And where we're going, really. It's probably a perfect away performance.
I mean, I saw you go over to the away fans at the end, like Klopp-esque punching of the air. It looked like you particularly enjoyed that win.
I enjoy every win, to be fair. But yeah, they've been supporting us home and away. We knew that we need a big away win for our Champions League hopes. So this is the first step. We've got 5 finals left. But we need to enjoy this one and go on Thursday and try to qualify to semi-finals.
What was it for you? 11 years a Gunner, but goodness me, you've hurt them today.
Yeah, I think it's 10, 11 years here, so I still love the club. I still got friends here. You know, when you spend 10 years in your life, I came here as a young lad and I left as a man. So I always love this club. I always will.
And Ollie, I think you've got a bit of a soft spot for them yourself, haven't you?
I used to. When I grew up, I was supporting Arsenal, but it's a different story now. I'm playing against them. Yeah, not too much to say, really.
I mean, the key thing is not your connections with Arsenal. What a result for Aston Villa.
Yeah, I think you know, any win is a big result, but considering the other results, I spoke to you before the game, we're focusing on ourselves, but we're fighting for Champions League, and you know, we knew it was going to be tough today coming away to Arsenal with the football that they're playing, but you know, we've shown what a good side we are, and I think a lot of people doubted us. They thought that we play good football, but we wouldn't come here and get a result. So I feel like we've proved a few people wrong.
What did you make of that minute in the first half? Absolutely crazy. You're both involved in it. Your shot hits the inside of the post and somehow spins back past the other post.
Yeah, I've seen them go in. I was running off already celebrating, and then I saw that it bounced out. There's not much more I can really do in that situation apart from score. But yeah, I'm confident that when it goes up the other end, that Emi's going to always make a save. I know how difficult it is to score against him in training. So yeah, I'm confident when the other attacker goes through that they're probably not going to score.
And I guess, Emi, it's purely instinctive, but that one of those big legs of yours got you out of trouble.
Yeah, obviously I try to work on that. You know, I'm quite flexible, and you know, when I have time to react, obviously the foot save is always good for a goalie. You know, not like I always do it. It just depends on the situation. But you know, I try to keep the team in the game, even sometimes when we lose. You know, I always try to be focused on make saves, because I think Oli should win the Player of the Season. You know, many people saying. When you play for a big six,
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, when you play for a big six, always they got more credit, to be fair. But Oli scoring, what was that, 20 goals? For
19, isn't it?
Yeah, 19.
One behind Erling Haaland.
19, 20 goals with the chances that he scored. I think he should be a really, really good contender to win Player of the Season.
Well, I mean, you've got a comment on that.
No, obviously it's nice that he's saying that. I'm just trying to let my football do the talking. You know, I felt like I played well today. I grew into the game. Second half, I was coming to get the ball, and even if I come off the pitch, I was happy without a goal. I was happy with my performance. So, yeah, the little things is nice. Yeah.
Last one to you, Emi, because you said earlier on in the interview you'll always love Arsenal. Do you hope they can recover? Do you hope they can bounce back?
I think they're still second, aren't they? So they play Champions League in 4 days' time against Bayern Munich. I think they come far. They got one of the best managers in the world as well. I work with Mikel. I know how good he is, and I think they're gonna put a really good performance next week.
Well done to you. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Well done.
So 9 down of this Premier League weekend that has had twists and turns everywhere you've seen, but none more than this Sunday after Newcastle demolished Spurs. Brentford got back to winning ways. Manchester City, 5 goals. And that victory against Luton put them top of the table on Saturday in the 2-2 draws between Forest and Wolves, and more drop points for Manchester United, this time at Bournemouth. And then today, Liverpool, for just the second time in 58 home Premier League games, lose 1-0 to Palace. Fulham won at West Ham for the first time since 1966. And Arsenal, beaten for just the second time all season at home in the Premier League, 2-0. Didn't score a single goal or take a point off Aston Villa in the 2 fixtures. Remember, we still have Everton's trip to Chelsea to come in Matchday Live and Final Word on the Monday Night Football. And that's an important game for Everton at the bottom, because as you can see, they're just 2 points now after that latest deduction above the drop zone. They do have a couple of games in hand on all of those teams around them. The 3 promoted teams, Sheffield United, Burnley, Luton, still the ones in the drop zone. Well, how many people would have expected the top 3 to remain the same today? I don't believe you if you're sticking your hand up right now. Even the most ardent of supporters wouldn't have expected that. Liverpool beaten, staying on 71. Arsenal beaten, staying on 71. 2 points clear. The reigning champions, Manchester City, looking to become the first team to win 4 Manchester City looking to become the first team to win 4 Premier League titles in a row. It's now back in their hands. 6 to go. If they win all 6, they will win 4 in a row. And just to remind you, Aston Villa 3 points clear of Spurs, having played a game more in the race for 4th. West Ham's defeat, incidentally, good news for Newcastle in particular, who stay in that definite final European place. Yes, an enormous day for their Champions League challenge. Remember, 41 years since they've been in the top competition in Europe. Having said that, at 84 minutes, it was 0-0. I mean, It was real late drama there.
Yeah, it was, but like you did find in the second half, especially they came back in. But this was an unbelievable effort from from Tielemans. It was just like fantastic effort. In fact, this is the goal. This is the goal. Look at Martinelli. This is what I was thinking. This is where Arsenal have been so good defensively. Everybody's been switched on, but in this instant, Martinelli, if you look at him now, right, this is his man. That's his man in this situation. He's got to get tighter to him. It's just as simple as that. You know, you give up two opportunities and they take them for these reasons. People switch off. He knows now. He realises now. Look, that's his man, and that's the difference. The margins. Same thing happened with Bayern, and you get punished, and that's what happened today.
That was a brilliant run from the near post from Pau Torres. He's up there because there was a corner just beforehand, but he's made a cracking near post run. If he doesn't make that run, that goal doesn't occur. And it was a lovely finish. And then this was the second one. Of course, Arsenal are pushing at this point. There's only a few minutes to go in the game, but Ollie Watkins, you just saw him at the top of the picture there. He's actually just in his own half as this ball comes through. And I just love this finish. You know, when a defender is sort of diving in, stretching, and you know the goalkeeper's going to dive at your feet as well, you can take them both out in one foul clip. And that was a lovely little difference.
I think, again, here, you know, I think Jorginho, he's got to keep that going. He's got to put that over to the right-hand side, keep the play moving. He's trying to go back into the bodies, but, like, look at Ollie Watkins here. He's in total control of the situation. Ball on the right side of him. He's running at a nice pace and everything. He's in total control of that situation. Yeah, he gets a little deflection, but I think that's beating the goalkeeper anyway. Brilliant goal, Ollie.
Yeah, absolute class. Love the finish, the right choice at the right time. Kept the defender away with a little bit of strength, a little bit of a change of pace as well, and a beautiful finish. Yeah. So it was the icing on the cake for Aston Villa. Great performance.
And those numbers, Ollie Watkins, 19 now in the Premier League.
Yes,
19 in the Premier League. Yeah, I mean, I've said on this programme many times that this is a guy that can really improve, can really keep scoring more and more goals. I've seen a huge improvement in this game in recent years, and there's no reason whatsoever why he can't go and win a Golden Boot or have a regular run in the England team. I think he's got that potential.
How many do you get between you? Golden Boots?
Was it 4?
4. Okay.
You get 2?
Well, it's a good job you were saying nice things about him, because he's ready to speak to us while you confirm. Live at the Emirates, Ollie Watkins. Future Golden Boot winner, according to Michael Owen, but we'll come to that in a moment. How good does that feel? How big a win was that today, Ollie?
Yeah, I think massive. You know, we definitely frustrated Arsenal. You know, when we played them at home before, they were controlling games. They're a different side this year, but today we could see that they were getting tired and fit mark. You know, once we slowed that game down, and we knew we'd get opportunities on the counter attack. It was just about getting that right. Obviously, I've had one on the that's hit the post. I can't really do much more there. I was already peeling away, celebrating, but yeah. And then they went up the other end, and Emi made a crucial save. So I think we created some big moments in the game, and I feel like it's a much-deserved win for us.
What does it say for your team to go to somewhere like that, where only one team had won all season, and play with such bravery today, Ollie?
I feel like when you play against these big teams, sometimes you can get sucked into going long balls and you know, be nervous because they can just swarm you and press you. They've got such good players and they control the game so well. But the boss was very demanding that we play our style, and if we lose the ball by trying to do that, then so be it. But he didn't want us to play loads of long balls and not be ourselves. So we stuck to the game plan, and it worked here today.
Ollie, well played today. Michael Owen here. I was just wondering two things. One, obviously, from the team's point of view, Champions League football looks a very, very real possibility after today's win, did beforehand. And from your point of view as well, I just mentioned the Golden Boot. Us strikers, I've got Ian Wright sat with me now as well. Us strikers also look for that, you know, that honour as well. Have you got one eye on that?
Yeah, firstly, we saw the results of Tottenham and Man United yesterday. You know, and when they play before you, there's always that on your mind that, you know, you don't want to let an opportunity slip. So we're definitely thinking about Champions League football. That's the aim. You know, we've come so far since the manager's come in, and you know, that's the aim for us to get there. And then personally, yeah, anyone, you see that list there, if you ask them a question, if they want to win the Golden Boot, the answer would be yes. So I think we're all fighting for it. yeah, and I've got my eyes on it. I want to score every game. I'm sure you guys as strikers, if you're coming off the pitch and you're missing opportunities, you would be frustrated. So every striker wants to score goals, and I feel like I'm improving. When I spoke to you in America in pre-season, Michael, I said that I needed to be a bit more clinical in front of goal, and this year I've done that. But I feel like I'm only getting better with age. I'm improving, game understanding. I feel comfortable around the pitch, and that mentality of, you know, if I'm drifting out the game for 10 minutes, that I know I'm going to get a chance, but if I have missed a chance, then I'm going to score the next one.
So Ollie, it's Ian Wright here. I just wanted to say, Ollie, in respects of your finishing, because you do look a lot more clinical in what you're doing. Your whole round play looks very, very tight, and everything you're doing. Is it something that in training, because even today, you didn't get many chances, but the one you got, hit the post, and then the one you took in the end so beautifully. Is that something you're working on? Because you mentioned Emi Martinez and how hard it is to score against him, and I found the same thing with David Seaman. Is it something you're working on in training?
Yeah, I feel like as a striker, you always want to try and, you know, work on different sort of finishes in training. I speak to the keeper, I speak to Emi and say, what should I do in this scenario? Maybe 18 months ago, I don't score that goal. I'm maybe trying to just, I don't know, blast it, or there I'm probably trying to just, I don't think I would dink that.
Wow.
A little deflection, but I feel like it was going to go in anyway. But I put my arm across him there and got that opportunity. So yeah, I feel like I've definitely got better in front of goal. Put myself in them situations a lot of time, and look back on what I should do. Looked at good strikers, how they score goals, and yeah, just tried to emulate it really. You said you didn't think he was going to. When did you think, right, I'm dinking this? Could you get the keeper out the corner of your eye? What made you think dink it? He's got to go down. The keeper's got to go down. What made you think dink it? As I've changed the angle of the ball, I'll tell you when. So originally I thought Smith Rowe's getting back there, but he kind of made my mind up for me because he's coming out so much. If I dink it, yeah, I felt like he didn't really have much of a chance. I love that.
Ollie, just one more question on finishing, because we've seen other strikers as well in the league. Do you think finishing is instinctive, or do you think repetition can really improve a striker's finishing?
I feel like repetition, but also the amount of chances you get. I saw the other day Salah had 12 shots against Brighton in that game, and I'm thinking I think I have 12 shots in maybe about 6 games. So obviously, the more you shoot, the more you're going to score. At the end of the day, I think I've had 1 or 2 chances, and I've come out with a goal. And sometimes it goes your way. You can have 3 chances, score 3 goals, or sometimes you can have a lot of chances and not score. So I definitely feel like it's about the size of the chance, like a big chance, and the quantity.
Ollie, that's absolutely brilliant. I mean, welcome back. 0-0 then between Arsenal and Aston Villa. Really open game. Just the 3 shots on target, all of them from Arsenal, but no goals. And remember, Arsenal do need to win the game to return back to the top of the Premier League. Well, they've had a couple of really big opportunities, Righty, to score that all-important goal. Yeah, they did, and they've started exactly how you'd expect them to start. They're very good out of possession and in possession, putting the pressure on Villa, who still frighten me because there's a lot of certain jeopardy. But Martin, goal, you know, he's going for a side where you've got a player in front of you and the goalkeeper covering that side, you know, so it was a tough one. But this one, Mike, you know, again, we was talking about it earlier on about the chances in trying to, like, you know, finding a place. Look how much goal. Just got to open your foot out and let it go to the right-hand side of the goal when you look at it from this side, Mick. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'm too close to it all.
No, I mean, it's an amazing save, but he shouldn't have a chance at all.
No,
I mean, he's got literally 3/4 of the goal to aim at here, over this side, hasn't he? Where the camera is, anywhere around the camera there. And it's a goal, but he's safe, isn't it? Playing safe. And you get nothing for safety in the Premier League.
Now, 37 seconds before that, you say you were worried about Villa. It was extraordinary. Actually, he came off Zinchenko's back, but their top scorer, Ollie Watkins, was in, and again, we're talking about fine margins here. And the thing with it is, when he went through it, I actually fancied him because when this happened, this just kind of sums it up for Zinchenko at the moment. You know what I mean? He's trying to just give space. But Ollie Watkins from here, he does everything right. You know, you look at it. You have to give Raya some credit, maybe, for the angle that he's given.
he's got his angles right because Ollie Watkins is trying to get this on the inside of the post, but I'm thinking that's going to creep in, and I'm saying, wow. That's what I'm saying. Look at that, look. I tell you what, he had a bit more space. He could have maybe hit it closer to the keeper. It might have gone in, but it was a great effort from him. But, you know, I would have been devastated if that went.
Yeah, Wrighty's emotions are up and down. One man who's remained cool and level and outstanding in that first half, who's really caught your eye, is Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, we've been drooling over some of his touches, some of his passing. I mean, he's just pure class, isn't he? Just take a look at a few of these clips here. I mean, this pass is just incredible. One of the passes of the season. Great vision, great pace on the pass. He knows how to find space. That touch there, I mean, he takes it on his back foot, but he actually makes it a near foot touch in a way, even though he takes it on his back foot. This pass you loved, Wrighty?
Well, yeah, because like this is where they're going to, like with the press, you've got to beat the press, and you've got someone like Kai who's ready to go. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, they didn't get his first touch right, but they've shown they could do it in tight areas. This is great here, look. You can do it in tight areas, and you know what I mean, if they're going to drop off of someone like Odegaard with that much time, with that high line, he's going to be able to get it over the top to Havertz as well.
Arsenal suffered a major setback in their title bid after they conceded 2 late goals to lose 2-0 in their home clash with Aston Villa. Both teams had chances to take the lead in the first period as Ollie Watkins hit the post before ex-Arsenal goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez made a superb reaction save to deny Leandro Trossard. The Gunners were ultimately punished for allowing the game to drift in the second period, with Leon Bailey scoring in the 84th minute before Watkins registered his 19th goal of the Premier League season. The Villains saw out the closing stages to complete a league double over Arsenal and boost their hopes of securing a top-4 finish. Meanwhile, Arsenal are left sitting in second place and 2 points adrift of leaders Manchester City after entering the weekend in pole position.